Do you want to learn how to make better courses using enemies? Well, in this video I'm going to show you 7 enemy IDs. Let's get started. For the first ID we're going to take a look at ant troopers. Ant troopers are versatile enemies, but I almost never see them in levels, and that's a shame because there is a lot of things you can do with them. For example, with conveyor belts you can slow ant troopers down or speed them up. You can also tap on the ant trooper to give them a spiky helmet. That way players cannot jump on the ant trooper to cheese the level. Give the ant trooper wings and they can be a really interesting obstacle. For example, you can place a fence and then use the cat power up to create an interesting climbing challenge. Luigi carefully has to dodge all the flying ant troopers, because if he doesn't he will lose his cat suit. And he really needs his cat suit, because if he doesn't have the cat suit, he cannot progress to the next area. The way we check if you still have the cat suit is by placing breakable blocks. Next up we have our prickly friend, the Pokey. Pokeys are great enemies to make a platforming challenge, but do in mind when you jump on a Pokey in the snow theme they will be defeated. So place a reset door at the beginning of the parkour so the player doesn't have to start the level over. We can expand on this ID by changing the floor to conveyor belts, and even connect the conveyor belt with on-off switches to make the movement of the Pokeys more random. But we can also use bouncing trampolines or many other gizmos. You can be really creative with the floor. What floor are you gonna make for the Pokeys? Let us know by commenting down below. For the next ID we are going to use my favorite enemy, Spike, and of course the Spike Ball. But before we're going into the IDs, a quick tip. Use a lot of slopes, because spikes throw balls and spike balls go amazingly well with slopes. You can create a pit to make a spike ball roll from left to right over and over again. Another interesting property is that spikes usually break when they hit a wall, but you can fix this issue by placing springs. Spikes can bounce off springs. That way you can create an interesting challenge where you have to dodge a spike ball going from left to right. We can mix things up by using little and big spike balls to add some variation to our course. Next up we have our hot friend, the lava bubble. We can change the trajectory of the lava bubble by placing gentle slopes. A lava bubble will bounce off a gentle slope in a 45-degree angle. In Mario Maker 2, when you tap on a track, you can make it a curved track. Place 4 curved tracks in a circular shape and you can have a lava bubble rotation disc. We can also combine lava bubbles with bomb-bombs to create an interesting speedrun. The lava bubble on a track will burn all the bomb-bombs. If Luigi isn't quick enough, the floor under his feet will explode and he will have nowhere to go. So Luigi has to be really quick before all the bomb-bombs explode. If you enjoyed the video so far, consider leaving a like to support the channel. For our next ID we're going to take a look at our ghostly friends, the boos. The first ID is really basic, but we can tap on boost to create a boost circle. We can give some variation to the circle by giving the boost some wings. In this ID Luigi is trapped in a boost circle. The only way he can survive is by platforming carefully in the boost circle. Once he reaches the end, the boost circle will open up and he can reach the flagpole. For the next ID we're going to look at our favorite circular dogs, chain chomps. We can stack chain chomps with poles on top of each other to create an interesting platforming challenge. In this ID Luigi has to ride on chain chomps by spin jumping on their heads. He has to dodge saws and other hazards to get to the goal. This challenge can become really difficult, so I suggest placing a checkpoint before this challenge. The 7th ID is not really there because I already have 7 amazing enemy IDs with bosses. Click on the eye icon right now on screen to see the 7 amazing boss fight IDs.